Yo, my beautiful people, welcome to another episode of your new favorite show, The Misfits. You are here with the Night Wonders of the world, here to give you the best when it comes to entertainment and sports. Um, some superstars, man. The greatest tag team duo, myself, my guy Elam, but we got another partner. What they call these type of matches? Are they just 3-on-3 tag matches? I guess they call them Elam. I don't know.
I don't know. We
Uh,
got to we got to come up with a terrific trio name. I don't know.
yeah, it was a
Is
triple
it Three
threat tonight.
Musketeers might be too corny of a. So I think we got to keep it
Yeah,
Three
going.
Brosketeers, three
Three
Brosketeers.
Musketeers.
Uh, but yeah, of course, I'm Mykell Mathieu, my guy Eric Lambkins the second, and today we're joined by our guy Jude, a friend of the show. What's up, Jude?
How y'all doing? I enjoyed myself an afternoon at the Sparks game. Well, I enjoyed myself just watching it, but then also not really the actual basketball. But I know we're gonna get to that. So, but I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yeah, man, we thank you for joining us, and thank everybody that's tapping in with us and showing us love on this Sunday night. Y'all tuning into a good one, so I hope y'all ready for it. We got to start with it was a little bit of BTA this weekend for the Dodgers, Elam, and I know that you're happy to talk about it because they come up short today, but they find a way to. To pick up this win, man. So shout out to
no, we didn't
the
just. I'm not gonna let you gloss over it, bro. We didn't just win. All right, it
they
wasn't
picked up
just a
two
win.
wins, man. It's just
Listen,
two wins.
all I was hearing was bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. You know what I'm saying? New York, get ready for some ping pongs because y'all not that good, bro. It's just a matter of time before y'all drafting at the top of the draft. Come into Chavez Ravine and leave the same way that you left in October, November. Losers. You feel me? So game one, they have a good 5-0 lead. But we already know what happens when the Yankees have 5-0 leads in Chavez Ravine. We gonna come back. And we do it in grand fashion. Shohei hits 2 home runs. Yo, it is what it is. Game two, 18-2. 18-2. Need I say
Yeah,
more? Need I say more?
that that was tough. So they did their part, but the Yankees did pick up a win today, 7-3. My guy Jude, what's your thoughts just on this series? Um,
Mhm.
is this that potential World Series rematch series that we believe? Are the Yankees not? Do they not have enough for no Juan Soto? And are the Dodgers the team that's not going to be there? But both teams have looked solid so far.
Nah, it's gonna be the Dodgers. I mean, they had the slip up, and we all could have overreacted to. Oh, they got swept by the Angels. I know, the PG was happy about that
Oh
one, but
yeah,
but
oh
look,
yeah,
they came back. They came back the next weekend and took care of business. Like we saw the 18-2. I mean, look, the Dodgers, if they can fix the pitching, right? If the pitching can be consistent, they're gonna get guys back post All-Star break. Um, Top hitters like Blake Snell. So once those guys come back, the pitching rotation is not just Yamamoto having to carry ship all the way through these big games. Look, the Dodgers, they got the talent. There's no denying it. We'll just see what they do in the postseason. And the Yankees,
Do you smell what the
look,
chef is cooking? Do you smell
like,
it?
no, but
and
let,
not
let me let me be real. The Yankees right now, I mean, look, 18-2 is terrible. No, but that's BTA, belt to ass. But the Yankees, they're still on top of the AL. Aaron Judge is still having an MVP caliber season. They're going to be there at the end of the day. Now, in an AL that's also very competitive across the board, are they going to be in the World Series?
Mhm.
I don't know, but I can guarantee you the Dodgers will be there.
I think Detroit
Okay.
has a better chance of getting to the World Series than the
Mm.
Stankies. I mean, excuse me, the Yankees.
Detroit baseball making it to the
Yeah.
world. I don't
Detroit
know.
balling right now.
No, I know they're playing some good baseball, but it's some of these teams. You already know how I feel. It's certain teams I just feel some type of way about trusting them when it matters most. Aaron Judge is playing very, very bondish, hitting like what is he hitting? Close to 400.
400.
Um,
He has like
you
20
know,
home runs. He's
yeah,
he's
20
he's
home
balling,
runs. Like
man.
he's playing out of his mind. So I think that he can keep it up. There's always a move in store for the Yankees. So,
But let's not forget, real quick. Let's not forget what he did in that World Series. Poochies. So
yeah,
I love Aaron Judge. I think he's a hell of a
exactly.
player. Into the World
Hey,
Series.
so I got to give a shout out. Hey, go to the Misfits live on YouTube. Hit the chat
Yes.
box. We got our first comment of the day. Ben Pap, producer BP. He says Angels was sweet, but nobody's talking about that. Angels greater than the Dodgers, greater than the Yankees. Listen, the only thing the Angels are sweeping right now is the broom closet. That's it. Like no one is talking about the Angels. Start flapping your wings. You know what I'm saying? Going in and play Angels in the outfield. That's the last time you're gonna see the Angels in the playoffs. They suck. They stink.
There's a lot of baseball to be played. So that's why even the series there at the Ravine, as big as it was, it's just one of those early season matchups. But I think it's good for baseball because with the NBA going up, heading into the NBA Finals, that's what a lot of the talk is about. You're even hearing more talk about flag football and Patrick Mahomes saying that he may not be playing in it, but having a big time matchup like this on the weekend was great for baseball because it had everybody talking about it. If you wasn't living in LA, you could wear your NY hat out and walk around.
No, you can't wear a New York hat. You cannot.
Not in
Listen,
LA,
you setting people up for failure out here, bro. Listen, there are certain sections of the city that you can wear a Yankees hat. If you not from here, listen to me. Just veer clear baseball cap.
St. Andrews Park. Come hang out at St. Andrews Park. And come shoot some hoops with your Yankee cap on, and you're gonna have a bunch of fans.
I'll tell you this real quick. I'll tell you this about the Yankee hat. When I was in Europe, I had to be the top selling hat. Everyone, they don't even know baseball there, but they love the Yankee hat. I'm kidding you not. You're walking by people.
Hey, they all neighbors out there. He laughed.
Hey, Mykell, dead homies. You about to have some dead homies, bro.
It's all neighbors out there, man. So that's hilarious. But yeah, man, just to see this get the type of love and praise that it got this series. You were hoping for some closer matchups. You got it in game 1, game 2. We know it's BTA, but game 3, Yankees finally pulled one out. But my hopes are that we get a rematch in the World Series because I think baseball needs that type of attention.
We've already seen it. We've been there. We've done that. I'm telling you, bro. Nobody is ready for the juggernaut that is the Dodgers. Once they get help, bro, we're atop of the NFC. NFC. Excuse me. The NL West, which is arguably the most competitive division in baseball, and we haven't played our best baseball yet. We not healthy. Yeah. Let the Dodgers get healthy, bro. Listen, if the Dodgers don't win the NL West, I'll buy. What should I get you? What should I get you, PG? Yeah, I'll get you. I'll get you a personalized Angels jersey. I'll get you a personalized Angels jersey.
I like that. So Padres, tap in with me, baby. San Diego. I need some love. I got some words to tell y'all to get y'all hyped up. Shout producer Ben. He's there in the comments again. That will be the best World Series in baseball. Mets, Angels,
That's
two stepchildren of their cities.
Exactly.
To be in the World Series.
That's like the Clippers. It's like the Clippers and the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I'm saying? In the NBA Finals, bro. It's not happening.
It's LA, New York. I would love to see it, man.
That's not LA. That's Orange County. That's Orange County.
Yeah, that's Orange County. See,
that's Anaheim.
That's what I don't like about y'all Angel fans, bro. Angel fans stay trying to claim, oh, it's in Los Angeles. It's in a completely different county, bro. It's not even Los Angeles County.
Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. So they still represent the city.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you. If I put a tutu on the elephant, is it a ballerina?
It can be, possibly.
Man, get out of here, bro.
But shout out to the Dodgers. You know, they took care of business winning that series 2-1. I can't wait to see them match up again. They got the Mets coming up. Like, it ain't no easing up. New York is trying to evade. They saw Joey Badass did what he did. Now New York is like, we want to do our thing in baseball. And so far, the Dodgers doing their part. So shout out to them for doing that. So all three of us were in the building today at the crypto.com arena to check out the Sparks face off against the Phoenix Mercury, and it didn't go quite as well as we expected. But we were there on the court, Elam. So, Ben, drop the video, man. Let's check it out. What's up, LA Sparks fans? As you can see, your Misfits are here in the building. And we talked before the game, and it was like, hey, this was one the Sparks can get. But they found a way to lose this one, Elam. 85-80, they fall to the Mercury. What happened, man?
Who did I say before the game? The Sparks had to stop. Satu Sabali, she had 24 points, 9 rebounds.
Yep.
She had freaking 2 assists, but she had several hockey assists to where she was setting up other teammates. There were 5 Mercury that scored in double figures.
Yeah.
The Sparks couldn't defend the 3-point line. That was the difference in the game.
And, you know, for the Sparks, before the game, I said it, hey, worry about yourself. And it was about them. They were up 18 points in the first half, 13 points at halftime, and they just couldn't find it in the second half. Shout out to Odyssey Sims, 30-plus points doing her thing. KP struggled offensively. The three-point shooting, Mercury made the 3. The Sparks didn't make the 3, so they pick up another loss. Now they sit at 2-6. Elam, I don't know what's next, what they can do to get better, but they do get practice time, which is coach is excited about. So maybe, just maybe, that can fix the Sparks. Hey, make sure y'all stay tapped in with us, the Misfits. We are going to be with the Sparks all season long, so make sure y'all follow us if you want to know more about your LA Sparks.
Pooh cheese.
Pooh cheese, Eric. That's
the perfect way to put it. That's a perfect way to put it. What it's been so far this season.
Jude, what did you see? Was that your first game of the year checking out the Sparks?
Yeah. It was my first game. Okay. It was actually so I wasn't covering this game. You know, Elam and the PG were doing their thing. You know, down in the press box. But it was I have to say it was a completely different experience just watching the game. My biggest thing with this game was why is Odyssey Sims not having the ball in her hands in the last 4 minutes? I mean, she had 30. She had 30.
Oh,
and I'm thinking
she went 7 minutes without shooting a shot, bro.
Is Kelsey Plum like paying off, Lynn Roberts or what? Like, what's happening? So the Sparks. I experienced this last year when I covered them. Like this team always finds the most brutal ways of collapsing, and it always happens in the third and the fourth quarter. And they did it again today. It was. I'm
gonna start making the list. I'm gonna start making the list of teams that I put in my just an accident waiting to happen. And the Sparks will be on that list.
It's not even an accident waiting to happen.
I'm sorry, Jude. Your Cowboys will be on that list too. The Chargers and a few other teams. Like you're up 18 points, playing some really good basketball. They go on a little 5-0 run. You're up 13 and a half. They look good.
Nah, bro.
That 13-point lead went away so fast, Elam.
I can't let you off the hook, bro. I can't let you off the hook. The last game last year, I was saying their issue isn't the player. It wasn't the coach. Kurt Miller literally had the team doing the same exact thing. They were in contention. They faltered for 1 quarter and somehow managed to get back into the game. When Kurt got fired, go check it out on Culver City Observer. I wrote a piece about the Sparks organization. The Sparks have issues that are greater than the players. It's not on the floor. The Sparks are a flagship or supposed to be a flagship franchise. It's one of the original teams of the WNBA.
Yeah.
How you don't have a practice facility? Yeah. Like you don't have the players don't have anywhere that they can go at 10:30 at night, at 1 a.m.
They do now. It's not theirs. But they have one that's shared. It's a little weird situation.
It's shared. It's not theirs. It's not theirs, right? So I got a question for you. How many billboards have you seen about the Sparks around the city?
Yeah, you're right about
How many? How many have you seen?
I've seen more Angel City posters than I have.
I haven't seen one. I have seen 0. I haven't heard one commercial. I haven't heard any drops on the radio. I haven't seen a flyer. There's no giveaways at the Shell with fill up a tank of gas and get 2 free tickets. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Clippers. That's how I used to be at the LA Sports Arena. Like, the Clippers are in a prime position with the WNBA growing, blowing up, burgeoning, and they're not capitalizing on it, right?
How about the
So
Sparks?
What did I say?
You said Clippers.
Oh, the Sparks are the Clippers of the WNBA. But they got to do a better job. Now tonight, I was looking at Mykell after halftime. When they went on that 10-0 run, I leaned back in my chair and looked at him. Didn't say a word. And he looking at me like, no, they gonna get it. They don't get it. And then it got tied. And I looked at Mykell again. He wouldn't even look at me. I'm trying to tell you, the issues that they have, bro, are far more, emblematic of the organization. And these are some people that I think genuinely are good people. There are a ton of stories that I am laboriously working on and trying to get, told. Like, they have stories that need to be told, but the issues that the Sparks are having they run far deeper than X's and O's.
But I could just worry about what's going on the court. Shout out to Nightcast Media TV tapping in. Says Sparks are not doing their part marketing to the city, which is completely right. But you know how you make sure that people know what you're doing? You win. And they just not doing it on the court. Like, shout out to Odyssey, like you said, Jude, 32 points today.
But she didn't get the ball in the crucial moments. Because
KP had the ball in her hands. And she got a little sassy with me on what was that? Friday, where I was like, hey, yo, KP, like, you starting slow is kind of like affecting the team. Have you gave any thoughts of maybe trying to get yourself going early so that in the second half you kind of have some rhythm? And it was all of that basketball talk of, I play this game, I know what I'm doing, whatever. I just feel that she has to do more. She tried to do so much late in the fourth quarter and et cetera, and it doesn't work out. It happened again tonight. She shot 4 for 19.
What did she say in the post-game presser? What did she say as to why she couldn't perform like up to her standard?
She said her legs are tired, but you're a basketball player. Like you know.
How many games are we into the season? Yeah,
your legs are tired in 8 games. Like, come on, man. You're here to hoop and play basketball. Yeah. So I need you to get out there and perform at your peak. This is her first time in the WNBA being the star. You had Asia Wilson, where she was the best player, and she was the one that every night, if the expectation was her to be great. It's the same thing for Kelsey Plum now. So I don't want to hear any excuses. I want to see you prove to why you should be a number 1 player on a WNBA roster. She didn't.
And shout out to Nightcast Media.
She didn't show that today.
Shout out to Nightcast Media. Nick Hamilton says KP has to give up the ball, and she's logging too many minutes this early in the season, averaging 35.5 minutes per game, 8 games in. Listen to me. You know who would be perfect to spell Kelsey Plum?
Mary McDonald.
Not only Ari McDonald, it's somebody who hasn't been with the team this past week. Rakia Jackson.
Yeah.
If they ran the offense through Rakia and allowed her to get touches, I guarantee you the team would KP would be a lot sprier and fresher down the stretch. And Rakia, I think, would feel more invested in the team. Right now, she's not even getting any touches. Or the 2 games that she's played, she barely got any touches. But
only thing I would say with Rakia, when watching Rakia, I didn't see too much develop. What did me and you say all last year? What did
she needed to work on her left hand. Yeah, she needed to work on her left hand.
And we said handle. She didn't come back with neither of those. So it was like teams were kind of like taking her away. Because even in the preseason game, I was hoping that she was going to be more impactful, and she didn't really show it to me. And early on, I'm like, damn, it don't look like she added to her game. Jude, what have you seen from Rakia earlier in the season in the game she has played.
Well, I want to touch on Kelsey Plum because I think it's interesting, and shout out Nightcast Media for. I do agree she does have to give up the ball, but I think go back to your point, Mykell. Like I do think there is a level of intensity that she needs to have, and when it comes to wanting to score, I mean, from this game that I watched, I mean, you know, I get it. Like you want to involve your teammates, but there was multiple times she's driving to the rack and passing it out, like. Just go to the rack, you know, finish the layup. And I get it, like her layup or issues we're having, but
Jude, in the NBA playoffs, everybody was just on Ant's head for not shooting enough. Like, bro, there's no way you can shoot only 12 shots in a game this big. The WNBA only has 44 games. So you need to make all of them count. And for you to come out, so it's been multiple games in these past 3 or 4 games where she shot 4 or 5 times in the first half only, and then shoot 15 times in the second half. It's like, no, you have to impose your will early on to get things going.
And to be honest, like she's one of the better scorers on this team. I know we saw Odyssey Sims just score 30, but that's not going to happen on a night-to-night basis. Like you need to show your teammates, like, look, I'm a number 1 option. I can go get a bucket, and I just feel like understand you got to get the teammates involved. There's rookies on team. You want to get them fresh, but I don't know. There was a bunch of times I was watching today and I was like, that's just, you got to go finish that. Like that, go take that opportunity yourself. Don't just go passing out. And you know what? You take the foul, go to the free throw. You know, I always was told, my coach was like, the best way you can get in a rhythm is get to the free throw line and take free throws, because that is how you get into a rhythm. And so, I agree.
But Mykell, what do I talk about? What do I talk about when I say one of the issues that this team is having? It's a lack of aggression, right? It's a lack of aggression. They're
TNA. Their TNA.
There you go with that TNA stuff, bro.
You need great TNA to be successful, ladies, and that's toughness and aggression. You need those 2 things to be great. And once you see the TNA and it's working for today, Odyssey showed us TNA. Her toughness and aggression got her to the foul line, and she was able to knock down some shots. So that's what I want to see.
I think we got a question in the chat box real quick from Nightcast Media, and I'll pose this to you because you guys have been covering. Should they have hired a better coach? Like, was this the right move?
Elam, I'll let you take this first.
Listen, I was saying one coach that made perfect sense
today. So what did you say?
Listen. I was talking to coach before the game. And the jury is still out on her. I'm willing to give her 2-3 years before I say yay or nay. However, when they fired Kurt Miller, I thought the Sparks were in prime position to hire someone that I thought would immediately change the culture and make the Sparks a legitimate franchise in the eyes of players. That was Lisa Leslie. Her name is on the court. She should have a statue. She should be the first woman to have a statue outside of a major arena. Lisa Leslie deserves a statue. She's right there. She's coaching in the Big 3. Why not hire her? I don't know whether or not the organization even called her to see if she was interested, but she has the acumen. There are players in the league, in the W, that work with her.
Yeah.
Get her on the sideline. Give her whatever she needs to like get her there. Why we went the direction that we went, I have no idea. But my first choice would have been Lisa Leslie.
And then my second choice would have been Mykell.
Yeah, you could have hired me. I would have TNA would be on that board saying we need this every game, toughness and aggression to be successful. But yeah, even the hiring of Coach Roberts, it wasn't like she was the biggest winner in Utah, winning the Pac-12 every year and things like that. So it was a head-scratching hire for me, and I kind of wanted somebody that I wanted like Teresa Weatherspoon, a player or somebody like that. But
why not Gino? Why not Gino? Call Gino and see if he's willing to come. I know he's not, but I'm saying, leak it in the press. Hey, the Sparks are going to reach out to Don Staley. They're going to reach out to Gino Auriemma. They're going to reach out to freaking John Calipari. I don't know, but give us some type of name brand recognition. Lisa Leslie.
I'll take all this pain if it means in a year from now the Sparks are able to land Juju Watkins. I think like you go through another one of these years, but if the opportunity comes and it's like now you can actually get Juju Watkins, it'll all be worth it in the end. That's what I'm looking. If you're a Sparks fan, that's what you have to look forward.
The WNBA needs to do a better job like the NBA, and they need to start making sure these players go where it makes more sense. Paige Beckers with Dallas, it's cool. Would have made more sense with Connecticut.
Yeah,
Juju Watkins needs to come to LA because it only makes sense that she's there. I know that Nightcast Media isn't a fan of it because he doesn't like the infrastructure that Eric was talking about with the Sparks. But for the brand of LA basketball,
they need it.
Women, it is Juju. But the Sparks got to figure something out because we talk about it all the time. To make people show up to your games and support anything you do in LA as far as sports,
you gotta win.
And if you're not winning, no matter
nobody's coming. There's too much to do in this city. There's entirely too much to do in this city to go watch a bad product on the playing surface, whether it be the baseball diamond, basketball court, football field, the pitch. If you suck, you're not going to have people in the stands.
Yeah.
The only other way is to have a marquee name. The only other way is to have a marquee name, and that's why.
Even then, people start coming. They show up to the games late, and they
show up to the games late. But I think the way you could do it is, and this goes back to Nightcast. He's talking about how they need a market. If you have Juju Watkins on your squad, you can do so much marketing. I mean, on that alone, like you can put up posters, you can put them across, like you could do a lot of social outreach. Granted, I think it goes to you still have to win, no question about that, but it makes your job easier because of the player that she was in college.
Yeah. So
hey, Nightcast Media said we got to get him on the show. You know what? I think I'm gonna take you up on that, Nick. We gonna have to take you up on that.
We charging him money. You gotta pay $250 to get on the show, bro.
but Nick said Teaspoon or Kara Lawson, they're available as head coaches.
Two available. But about marketing the Sparks, right? So I'm marketing the Sparks as we speak, baby.
There you go.
Letting everybody know, tap into the Sparks. But what would you do if Jude was in charge of marketing for the Los Angeles Sparks? What is Jude doing to sell the Los Angeles Sparks to the people?
It's tough. I think it's tough. I mean,
when that's your first response, you know it's bad.
I mean, look, you're not winning, so you're not winning. The last time you won was 2016, so that's now pretty much a decade now since you've been relevant, really, at any time. Man, I mean, you got to go out because the thing that they have the advantage is it is the summer, and I know that it's baseball season, it's kind of the low season. But this is an opportunity to go out, outreach to the community. I mean, I know they don't have all the money. Do something like, you know how the Clippers will do, like they do courts, right? Like they'll sponsor courts or they'll sponsor like parks. I know that they probably don't have as much funding compared to an NBA team, but stuff like that where people can really see that the Sparks don't just have an imprint on a certain community, but like actually like the LA lifestyle. Like that is what they need to attack. But
hold on.
I mean,
the thing is the Sparks do hell. I think of all the teams or all the basketball teams in the city, I'd venture to say the Sparks do the most, but you never hear about it.
I don't see. I was going to say,
you don't hear about it.
I don't see it or I hear about it. Yeah.
They players got to get outside too. I think the players have to they walk around. They're professionals. I don't want to be disrespectful to them. They're professionals, but they walk around as if they're getting paid $20-40 million a year,
I agree.
Which they are not. So they should be willing to hey, I'm showing up to this event. I'm going to show up to that event. I'm going to show up to this event just so that they are able to show their face. Because if you're not on billboards, if you're not on buses and stuff like that, you need to be out in the public so that people can not literally, but like they can feel like, man, I can see Rakia outside. I can see Cam outside at these different events. Hell, even at an event for, it might be a little event at a bar. Like, man, I'm gonna show up just to show face. Be there 10, 15, 20 minutes.
You don't want the WNBA players at a bar, man. Too much can go wrong.
Not no like night thing. Like if there's a certain type of event or something that's going on, you got to show your face in the city, and that's how you make yourself be known. When you go to Kansas City,
hold on. This comment. BP, he said the Sparks are auralist. The San Francisco Valkyrie playing in Valhalla is marketable. I like that name. That's like an identity right there. What do we call?
Valhalla.
But I don't
Yeah,
even know
like
what that is.
Valhalla. It's the
No, I
Valkyrie.
know, I
It's
get
the
it.
play on
Okay.
words.
Yeah,
Okay.
You
it's
smart,
from
man.
no, yeah, but he getting it from a little Disney joke in there, but they don't care about the Valkyrie here. It's all about this team, purpley gold, the Sparks. They got to figure it out. Dude, what ideas? I know you got a lot. We'll probably be here for a long time. E. Give me your best idea to market the Spark before we move on.
Moi?
Yeah.
I gave my idea. The New York Liberty ended up taking it.
Oh yeah.
I said they
Fenty,
needed to partner with Fenty.
Yeah, that
Like
made
that. It was
man.
it only made sense. The other stuff, I'm not. I was look. My mentor, my big bro, told me stop giving away my ideas for free. I got to start charging people for them because
Yeah,
clearly people
I
are
like that.
listening. So if the Sparks
Hey,
are
nice
interested,
guys.
I have
I
some
talked
tried
to you
and
about
true
that.
ideas that I think would work. That would get tons of people in the arena. It would make merchandise fly off
Yeah,
the shelves.
connect with the
So
city. That's all I would say.
you got to
Connect
connect with the city.
the
And I know
dots.
as a native Angelino, I can tell you how to connect. So if you're interested, cut a check.
Hey, connect the dots marketing. The slogan this year for this team, what we need to see is more TNA, which is toughness and aggression, that will help this team be successful going forward. But they get a little break. They're off Monday,
Hold on.
Tuesday.
We
What's up?
I gotta bring something up because it's breaking. Rakia Jackson
Oh
took the
yeah.
Sparks off her bio. That's
Oh wow.
huge. That's
What?
huge. She
Okay.
got injured against the Lynx. She took a shoulder to the mouth, was out with a concussion, was out 3 games. She came back 1 game last week. Didn't travel with the team to Las Vegas. Wasn't there today. And not
Yeah,
only
wasn't
that,
there
she
tonight.
removed the team from her bio. What is going on?
I don't.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Was the reason that she didn't go to the Las Vegas Aces was that I think I read something about personal reasons. Like it was
Yeah,
not an
personal
injury
reasons.
related. So I mean, I was shocked too because I remember I was like looking on the sideline. I was like, it's kind of weird. Rakia Jackson is obviously Cameron Brink's still dealing with her injury, but I mean, you would know better than me. I mean, you would know better than me what's happened.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I hope that she's okay. I hope the team is giving her support. Shout out to Coach Lynn Roberts because she came in the pregame presser and was like, she is not only a player for now, but for the future. So we want to make sure that we are there for her and have her back. Hoping the team understands that she is a big part of the future for this team and that she needs to be right and needs to be successful for them to win. At her peak last year, she was the most, she was that player that gave you the best looks. When I speak of TNA, she brought that toughness and aggression, and I'm just hoping that she's okay and she can get back to it, man. That's the word of the word.
The day.
Is it a word? That's the saying of the night. TNA,
Listen,
toughness and aggression.
I vow to you all to do my due diligence to figure out what's going on. I'm not gonna sit here and speculate as to what's going on with Rakia.
Yeah,
I just think it's important for her to know that she is supported by not only the organization, but there are some members of the media, myself included, who have a vested interest in her as a human being, as a person. So shout out to Rakia. Praying for you.
And mental health is a real thing. So, people battling with that, like, athletes, especially since they're always in the limelight. So, yeah.
Yeah, and shout out to Rakia. I told you I'm gonna do my Rucker Park thing and help you create a nickname. Get yourself right. Praying for you. We're gonna get that nickname for you once you come back and start hooping like the superstar that we know that you're blossoming into. But before we switch gears from LA, we're not done, right? Last week on this very great show, The Misfits, with myself and Eric, we talked about LeBron James and the heckling of fans towards one LeBron James. And people in the land of X, they like to say,
no,
you
It's
know,
the Church of Bron. It's the
Church
Church
of
of Bron.
no, but the land of X, there's a division because there's the Church of Bron, and then it's the real Laker fans who like to go and pit themselves, and it's a war right now. It's like civil war. We got the little
It's not
the
a civil
Thor
war.
shout out.
It's not even
It's
a
kind
civil
of a
war.
civil war because he's a Laker. But the question to you, Jude, what
Mm,
does it mean to be a Los Angeles Laker? When you think of a Laker, and
mhm.
I'm guessing, Elan, we're talking about like
No,
the
no, no, no.
star Laker.
I
Oh,
just
just a
when
Laker.
when you think of what it is to be a Laker, somebody that
Mhm,
embodies the
Purple
attitude,
and
the
gold.
culture, the history, the yo
mhm.
no sé quoi of the organization, what comes to mind? What is a Laker? How would you define it?
I mean, for me, I think just from what you're kind of trying to get at, I think playing with grit. I think this is a city where it's like, you have all types of spectrums, and if you really want to make it in a city like Los Angeles, you got to have grit. You got to be able to be willing to work hard day in and day out, and it not to embody that Mamba mentality, but the way of like earn it with every single rep. I think that's what it means to be a Laker, because you're playing for, I mean, the most prestigious basketball team in the world. I mean, that's how I see it. Them and the Boston Celtics are the most prestigious. And so if you're going to play for this team
Oh, Jude,
with
Jude, Jude,
every,
Jude, Jude. We don't mention that Boston Celtics team
oh,
on
I'm
this show,
sorry. I'm
sir.
sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah,
The
that's
Poochies
but
Dominic
to
Green.
the
continue,
east,
Yeah.
the
continue on,
Poochies to the
continue
east,
on.
the Poochies to the east. No, so no, I think, if you play for a team like the Los Angeles Lakers, that means you're going to come in every day, and you're going to, every rep that you're going to come into, you're acting like you are trying to win a championship, because that's what it means when you come to Los Angeles Lakers. You're not fighting for a playoff spot, you're fighting for championships. So I think that's what it means. But also, I mean, play with a little swagger. It's LA. There's swag here in Los Angeles. Like, play with a little swagger. It's like, you don't got to be hard cut nose every single time. Play with swagger, because that's what LA is too. We got that swag.
So it's crazy on how transplants and out of towners, they come to the city thinking like the entire city is glitz and glamour, right? They
Mm-hmm.
go
Hmm.
to Hollywood, like, oh, I want to
Yeah.
see the Walk of Fame. And I
Beverly
tell people all the
Hills.
time, like, are you an idiot? Like, why would you go to Hollywood? Like, you're
Yeah.
not gonna see anything but a whole bunch of transients, druggies, and like
Yeah.
poop on the
Pretty much.
sidewalk, right?
Pretty much.
If
Yeah.
you really want to get an accurate depiction of what Los Angeles is, there's one street you got to drive from start to finish, and that's Wilshire Boulevard. It's going to take you
Okay.
downtown, past MacArthur Park, up through Miracle Mile, through Beverly Hills, past Westwood, through Santa Monica. Los Angeles is a very segregated city, not just along racial lines, but even more so class lines. And if you
Hmm.
really want to understand what LA is, what it is to be an Angelino, all you got to do is drive Wilshire Boulevard. What does it mean to be a Laker? Somehow, some way, you got to encompass all of that. You got to embody the toughness, the
Yeah.
resilience of MacArthur Park, of Watts, of Compton, of South Central Los Angeles. You got to play with that type of fervor. You got to play with that type of heart, as well as having the charisma and swagger of Beverly Hills. You can't just be one-sided. And I don't think a certain person came to Los Angeles realizing that just showing up isn't going to cut it here in the city. Like, you gotta pour yourself into the city. Again,
Yeah.
somebody whacked out a Kobe mural. Who's the person that put the money up to get it, you know what I'm saying, refinished? It was
Luka
Luka.
Doncic.
It was
Yeah.
Luka Doncic. Not because it was, well, maybe because it was Kobe and that was his guy, but he's trying to ingratiate himself to the city. And when you see how the city reveres Nip, when you see how they revere Magic, when you see how they revere Bean, you gotta do the same thing. You gotta give the same
Hey,
thing.
I'm gonna take you to my childhood, thinking about the Lakers. I first fell in love with the Lakers. Young kid here in Los Angeles, California. Fidel Three, Cedric Sabalas, Nick Van Exel, Eddie Jones, Eldon Campbell. It was a team that there wasn't like real championship aspirations for that team, you know. Um, but it was a team of people who were gritty, were tough, understood what Showtime was. They fully embraced everything about being the Laker. Like you saw them giving their all. There was never truly excuses on them coming up short. of their visions and dreams. It was
Wait,
just
people,
guys
people,
to
people make excuses.
God, let me tell you about a guy. But yeah, and then Shaq came and entered that group. And Shaq came and said, hey, I want to take this group and do something with them like Magic, Kareem, and those guys before me. And they fought and clawed until 99 2000 they became champions and they continued to win after that, and it was just right away it was like, hey, I understand Hollywood and all of that, but like you said, Elam, there's more to it. There's a certain type of grit, and you need to not only connect with those sitting courtside, you need to connect with the people that's sitting all the way up the top
Nosebleeds.
so that they rock with you. And I
Yeah.
think to be a real Laker, you have to understand that, especially being a star Laker player, you have to understand that I need to connect with this entire fan base because it's Hollywood and it's those people who can only afford to make it to one game that need to see you at your very
I,
best.
I, I gotta ask you, and I'm
Yes.
being like earnest and sincere. You said
Mhm.
being a star Laker player. Is LeBron a star Laker player or a star playing a Laker?
He's a At this point, he's the star playing the Laker. I don't think you know what I knew? This is when I really knew that LeBron wasn't really about that Laker life. I was in the locker room, into a dome. Lakers just played the Clippers. They beat the Clippers, and in the locker room, the next matchup was the Celtics. And you were there, Eric, and I had the perfect lob for LeBron. It is rivalry week coming up. Tell me about your thoughts on the importance of rivalry in the NBA. And had nothing to say about it. Where it was his perfect time to say, we playing the Celtics coming up. We hate the Celtics here. We want to beat them every time we get to see them. When I talked to Austin Reeves that next game at the presser, that's the answer he gave. So I'm like, he gets it.
He
Austin Reeves
gets it.
understands. As a Laker, man, we hate the Boston Celtics, and
Yeah.
we strive for excellence. To where LeBron is kind of like, man, I'm LeBron. I'm hooping. None of y'all, what y'all talking about really matters, and that's what I don't think he understand why Laker fans love Kobe so much, because Kobe understood what this city enjoys and what the city expects from his basketball team. It's just like
Yeah.
nowadays being a Dodger, the expectation of it all.
Nah,
So
bro. I
Yeah.
can tell you. I'm gonna tell you when I realized that he didn't get it. Shout out to Lauren Jones of Lojo Media. During training camp, she asked
yeah.
LeBron. She said,
Mhm.
"What else do you have to play for?" And his answer was, "I've accomplished everything. There's nothing else to play for." I was hoping and praying that I would have gotten one question in the next time I was in a press conference, because I would have been, then what the hell you playing for then? Are you
That's
just
yeah.
playing for a check? Are you playing to boast stats, like boost stats? Like what the hell are you playing for? If you don't have anything else to play for, then retire. If you're not playing for a championship,
And
retire.
see, the following question, I wish somebody was in there like you or myself that would have said, oh, and once he gave that answer, it's like, so do you understand, like being here in LA, Laker fans expect their team when they have a star players like yourself
Mhm.
and Anthony Davis at the time, and then you add Luca, the expectation is championship. So any of that, I'm just playing to play. Nobody from the Lakerville wants to hear that. Kobe
Yeah.
had 5 rings. People were still screaming, what? Oh, we need him to catch Jordan. We hope that he can catch Jordan because the expectation is we have a star player. We need to take advantage of it. What's your thoughts, Jude?
Yeah, it's funny you say that story because Mykell, when you were saying that story of LeBron and him caring about the rivalry, it reminded me very much of a coach who's right now coaching at USC right now, who's very much he's kind of, I'd say he's a coach of a football team. He's not a USC coach like someone that was Pete Carroll.
Okay, a Lincoln
And
Riley shot, huh?
no, yeah, no. I mean, it's very similar in the way that I think your points are very right in that. I think the thing that I forgot to mention is also about respecting those rivalries, right? Like it's not forgetting also the heritage that comes with playing for this team. And so I think
Yes.
that is also very right. And it's something, to be honest, it's sad because I look at, and this is not to throw it to another team, but USC wants to get rid of Notre Dame rivalry. And that's ridiculous to me. I'm like, what? Like I understand, like maybe Lincoln Riley is like, oh, we don't want to travel that much, but that is such a big rivalry. That's even bigger than UCLA. Some would argue in this country, like some would argue that's bigger than UCLA. And when you forget about the heritage and almost where you come from, that's where you lose me. And so I think with a guy like LeBron James, look, he's an NBA legend. He's one of the GOATs, but
he's an all-time great. He's not a GOAT. He's an all-time great.
Yeah, I want to. Let's put it into that. I want to put it.
Yeah, we can put it into that. I mean, but to wrap my point, like I do think like he is an NBA legend. He's not like a legend.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that he's going to. I think we have at this point we got to call him a Laker legend because Wilt Chamberlain is a Laker legend, and he has just as many titles and played in less years. To where LeBron has been here 8 years, he has won a championship. I'm just not a fan of what you said, like the GOATs. When people put an S at the end of GOATs, it can't be GOATs. It's greatest of all time. That's
all
one
time
person.
Fair.
So it's just he's one of the all-time greats. He's one.
LeBron is your GOAT.
He's your GOAT.
Jude. I thought you knew ball, man.
I do know.
I thought you knew ball, man.
I do know who is the all-time scorer.
In the words of the poet Laureate E40, man, you lost cool points with me, man.
Man, the fact that you are we're just talking to Lakers, and you're gonna disrespect Kobe Bean Bryant when it comes to that. You want to disrespect Michael Jordan,
Jeffrey Jordan.
Yeah. Man, Jude, I can't believe you, sir. We might. Hey, can we mute him for like 10 seconds? Can we do a 10-second timeout for Jude? Because that threw
you
me
need
off
a dunce cap, bro. You need a. I didn't know you was part of the Church of Bron, bro. I didn't know that.
I didn't realize I was with a bunch of
wish we had a slime
too,
button and we could slime me, man. If we could slime him, that would have been perfect. But LeBron, like I wish that I could talk to LeBron and just I wish someone can ask him, like, you've been with the Lakers. Have you fully embraced being a Laker and what it means? Like, why? I wish somebody would ask him, why do you think fans haven't fully embraced you here in LA? And then follow up with that question: have you fully embraced what it means to be a Laker? Because I don't even think he never really talks about it at all. Like, you never really hear him say, like, I love being a Laker and his favorite parts of being a Laker. He doesn't talk about that.
And it goes back to, this conversation we had with the Sparks. Like, you don't really feel LeBron's imprint on the city of Los Angeles. You see he does all these great things, and he has this school in Ohio. And so there's no question that he does well for the community that he, has been around, but you don't see where he comes from, but you don't see that imprint on Los Angeles. So I think,
gotta be better if you want the love, man. But, that's it when it comes to LA. I know we could talk LA all day for this beautiful.
It's the greatest city in the world.
Greatest.
It's better than your city.
I'm willing to squabble up with anybody that's listening right now that's from any other city. The hands is ready to be thrown.
100 fades. 100 fades. 100 fades.
We don't need a gorilla. You just need one LA. You leave the rest right there. But we're gonna keep it on the hardwood. And the NBA Finals is here. It is set. Thunder versus
Thunder
the
and
Pacers.
Thunder and 3.
I call it the finals from hell when it comes to NBA PR because it's Oklahoma City and Indiana. Game 1 starts Thursday, 5:30 p.m. when it comes to us West Coast kids. But man, it's gonna be some. I think it's gonna be some really good basketball. But I gotta ask. Is this the death to super teams with this matchup here in the finals?
Nope. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. Because you seeing one develop literally right before your eyes. The Oklahoma City Thunder are primed and poised.
It's not a super team.
Listen to me. The Oklahoma City Thunder are primed and poised as the next super team. Jalen Williams is going to be a household name after this series.
I agree.
You already got SGA. Chet is going to get better. Listen to me. They have an endless supply of first round picks that look like they're going to be lottery picks. So any piece that they need to go get or want to go get, they'll be able to do it. Listen to me. I'm telling you now. The Oklahoma City are the next super team.
I don't think they're a super team because the way that they were built. When I think of super team, I think about star players in their prime joining together to win. That's a super team. I just think they're a great team. They're a team that traded for a young guy that they had higher hopes than the Clippers, and he turned and blossomed into an MVP.
They're
And
gonna be
then
a
other guys
dynasty.
they drafted. No, they have a chance to be a dynasty, but a super
They,
team, I
they do.
wouldn't put them. Yeah, I wouldn't put them in that.
Name
And
one
what's crazy?
dynastic team. Name one
And-
dynastic team that wasn't a super team.
Shaq and Kobe wasn't a super team. That was
Get
just
out of here.
they drafted
Ah,
Kobe.
what was it?
Yeah, like I don't think that was a super
All right.
super team is the Heatles, teams that are built with stars in their prime to say, hey, let's make this easier. Let's go and win. But we can
Yeah.
talk about that another time. Thunder Pacers, what's your thoughts on this matchup, Jude? And let's pick a winner, baby.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I think the Thunder have the potential to probably sweep the Pacers, but I'm going to give the Pacers some love. I mean, what we've seen from the Pacers all playoff round, every playoff series is honestly just as much of dominance as the Thunder have done as well. And I look at a Pacer team that they're going to make it a track meet, right? This is a team that is going to run up and down the court. And look, the Thunder, they are a great defensive team, but I really like what the Pacers have done. And they've found ways to win in a variety of ways. It's not just, they're always relying on the fast break. They have shooters. When Aaron Nesmith is hot, he's hot. And so I'm still going to say Thunder in 6, though. I have to be realistic. The Thunder are just, they're the better team. Eric's already pointed to it. I look at also the depth. If I was looking at who am I trusting more off the bench? It's the OKC Thunder. They got guys like an Alex Caruso, Carson Wallace. Like they have guys that can come off the bench and produce at a high level. I think the Pacers are going to make it interesting. I think they'll probably take 1-2 games at home, but I think at the end of the day, it's Thunder in 6.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to Tyrese Halliburton. You have
The
made me a
Halliburton.
believer.
The
You have
Halliburton.
The Halliburton, like he has made me a believer. And shout out to my guy Anwar, and he said it best. He has turned into what most Laker fans thought that Lonzo Ball was going to become, and that's why we were excited. Like the guy is a pure point guard. Like I said it on my show, the Mykell Mathieu show. I'm like, hey, I know everybody talk about Steph and throw these other guys in there. They're not really point guards. If you want to know what real point guard play looks like, look at Tyrese Halliburton. He's going to score, of course, but he is setting people up. He's controlling the pace. He can have 15 points and still dominate a game because he's controlling so much of it. I love everything that the Pacers are doing. I am picking for them to lose like Elam in 3 games. I just don't think that they can deal with what OKC is a team of destiny. It's their time, and I think that they win.
They are, and I'll just say this real quick: the Pacers, as they are, but the Pacers have also pulled off some of the most improbable wins, and that should not go unnoticed, right? Like, I'm not like I said, they're not winning the series, but with their crowd at home, which I think both of these crowd atmospheres are going to be so much fun.
Jude,
what
you
do
know
I
what you
like?
sound like? You sound like a Bron fan because you're trying to give praise to the team that's going to be the runner-up. We don't give praise to no runner-ups.
Hey,
Oklahoma City Thunder.
I'm not trying I think the Thunder are the better team, but
hey, I'm gonna stick with my pick. I'm saying Thunder in 3, but I gotta bring up the last time Jim Carrey was in the NBA Finals. He faced the Heatles in 2011. Rick Carlisle was the head coach that beat LeBron James, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade. So to discount and discredit the coaching that they have, that's reason to pause for caution. But even more than that, Tyrese Halliburton was rated the most overrated player in the NBA by the NBA players themselves. This just goes to show, just because you play the game and you play in the professional league, it doesn't mean that you know what you're looking at.
Yes, sir.
Right? If you want to know basketball, this is the show, because we're going to give it to you real and straight. Tyrese Halliburton he's the future of point guard play in the NBA. I'm telling you right now, if you don't know who he is, if you were unfamiliar with his game, just watch these finals. That kid is special. He has Hall of Fame potential, and I genuinely believe that. I just think what OKC is able to do, there's no style that they cannot play. Styles make fights, you know what I'm saying, in matchups.
They got all the
OKC is one of the
styles.
rare teams that can play any way, anyhow,
Yeah.
anywhere. OKC in 3.
Okay. I like it. So we all believe
I'm
the
gonna be a
OKC
believer. I'm
Thunder.
gonna be a believer.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe it because they kind of proved me wrong. I was like, I don't think they're gonna get through the Western Conference, and they shut me up. They proved me wrong. Shea is proven to be a special guy, and I believe in him. So speaking of Shea, before we switch gears to a fun topic, I can't wait to discuss. I just wanted to ask you guys, who would you take, and give a short response why, and then we can move forward. But MVPs, right? Shea's this year's MVP. Looking back at the Western Conference, Eastern Conference MVPs, the West, you got Shea, you got Steph, Harden, Russ, Jokic. That's their 5. On the East, you got D Rose, Embiid, Allen Iverson, Giannis, and LeBron. That's their 5. If you had to choose, who are you going with?
Elam, I'll give it to you first.
Wait, who is the West?
So the West is Shea, Steph, James Harden, Russ, and Jokic. The East is Derrick Rose, Embiid, Allen Iverson, Giannis, and LeBron.
I gotta go West because I don't see a hole. I don't see a hole.
What?
Right? I don't see a hole. No.
Hey, we're talking
undersized.
prime seasons from all these players. I'm assuming like
prime
these are the
season.
prime.
They're their last MVP years.
I'm gonna go the East, man. I'm gonna go the East. I look at it as like you got a lot of scores on the West. There's no denying that, and it'll be a fun matchup. Who's stopping prime LeBron James? Who's stopping prime Giannis? Who's stopping
Giannis?
Embiid? AI. I mean, all respect to those dudes. I just know a lot of those dudes don't really play defense. So
can you imagine AI in this era where you couldn't touch him? Like it would be unfair. Derrick Rose, seeing him healthy again, and Embiid healthy, like the East is smacking up.
Are we sleeping on
Jokic?
Are we sleeping on Joker and his effectiveness on offense?
No, he's effective. I'm not denying his effectiveness, but I'm looking at the other side of the board and I'm saying defensively.
Yeah,
who's stopping the
only person? Well, no, AI played defense. I'm not gonna say I didn't play defense, but I was gonna say the only person that played defense is Giannis.
Ben is talking about Jokic locking. Does he even lock his doors? I don't know what he locks up because he doesn't play any type of defense like that.
No, he just has the locks on the horse racing.
LeBron's last MVP year was what, 2013? He was playing great defense there. Wasn't he like runner?
He was playing great help side defense. He was playing great help side defense.
But you got Giannis, Embiid. Embiid is gonna play some defense too.
Embiid can't move. Embiid can't move.
Gonna play, dude.
No, we're talking about the MVP year. Embiid.
It was just last year.
That dude was playing some defense.
He wasn't playing defense. What are you? Were we watching the same NBA?
Joker, when they matched up, Embiid.
Joker could barely jump over a phone book.
Yeah, that's just what he does.
No. That's what he does.
That's who he is. But
anyway, all right, 2-1. Y'all going East. I'm going West.
Y'all let us know what y'all think. But let's take it to. We got to talk hip hop. It is Happy Black Music Month to everyone out there. And shout out to Complex. Like they put together a list of the best LA born rappers or LA rappers, right? And let me just say, I don't believe Tupac should be on this list because when you think of Tupac, you think
he's California. He's California.
He's more Bay Area. But Complex got their best rapper list, and we're just going to go to the top 10, and we're going to decide who do the Misfits has as the top 5. So they got number 10, they got Nipsey Hussle. Number 9, Eazy-E. Number 8, Be Real. Number 7, Ice-T. Number 6, DJ Quick. Number 5, Tyler the Creator. Number 4, Dr. Dre. Number 3, Ice Cube. Number 2, Snoop Dogg. And number 1, Kendrick Lamar. And this is best, which we talked about it before, Eric. Best and greatest is two different things to me, but I think they meant more greatest with their list. But what you guys think? Who would be in your top 5 if you had to choose? Hey, I can't wait to hear Jude's list because it's gonna be very different. But Vince, hey, shout out about Ben. I didn't know you know about Vince
See,
Staples. Shout out to
BP,
Vince
this is
Staples.
why I rock with you the long way. Because Vince Staples is criminally underrated. And he didn't, I don't know if he made the list. He may have. But Vince Staples, I wouldn't put him in my top 5.
Number
But
23.
there's absolutely no way on God's green earth you put Dr. Dre in the top 5. He is not a rapper. He's a producer. He doesn't even write his own raps. I don't think he's ever written one himself. Dr. Dre, no. Kendrick Lamar is unquestionably number 1. Number one. Numero uno. Snoop, unquestionably number 2.
Over Q?
I'm going just based off of longevity. If we talking skill, if we talking skill, then I would go. I could argue that Cube could be number 1. You know what I'm saying? If we were talking skill,
I agree.
So my top 3, and however you want to parse it, feel free, are Kendrick, Cube, and Snoop. Right?
Okay.
Number 4, I think somebody that don't get a lot of love that I think is a great LA rapper is Sugar Free, bro.
Oh, that's a different one. He came in at number 18 for their list.
Sugar Free, and then Quick. I think Quick is another person that, you know what I'm saying, should have been in the top 5.
Yeah, because Quick was number 6. Shout out to Tyler, the Creator. Got love for him. That dude should not be in the top 5. Hell, I don't think he should be in the top 10, but that's just me, and I got love for Tyler, the Creator. Jude, before I give my list, who you got? I want to hear this top 5 from Jude.
Yeah. Let's see how plugged in you are, Jude.
Yeah, let's see how plugged. This is a test for you, Jude.
Number 1, I mean, I think like Eric said, I can't deny Kendrick. I mean, the run he's just been in recently, I mean, would put him to the top, but I think he's number 1. I personally like Ice Cube, so I'm gonna put Ice Cube number 2. I mean, if it's my list, I'm gonna put Ice Cube at number 2. Snoop Dogg probably at number 3 for sure. And then honestly, I have to say, and this is very coincidental. I've been recently listening to Nipsey Hussle, and so I'm gonna put Nipsey Hussle at my 4. And then number 5, it's tough. My knowledge does not go that deep. Honestly, I gotta tap in. I'm gonna do NWA. I know that's a group. Okay. I know it's a group, but I'm gonna throw them into top 5. So
okay, I like it. All right, tap it up for Jude, my boy Jude.
But I agree. I think I think the Tyler the Creator. I was actually shocked to hear he was 5. I like Tyler the Creator a lot, but I would not consider him
top
Jude,
5.
You make me proud, man. You make me a proud big brother, man. I'm proud, Jude.
Hey, Jude is another one of our members, a 5-star. Remember this joke? The 5-star guys. But shout out to Jude. But for me, Kendrick, Snoop, Cube, that's the 3. They have to be on there.
We all agree on the top 3. Okay.
Yeah, their impact and longevity is number 4, DJ Quick. I think DJ Quick is one of the most slept on hip hop acts in the history of hip hop. His rapping, his production.
No, we're not talking production. We're talking strictly rapping.
No, but this list they kind of put together. They looked at like the impact. They looked at albums. They looked at all of that stuff. So I think of that. And that's why Quick is at number 4.
And I already know he's gonna put number 5. I already know.
Number 5, it gets tricky for me, but I already know who my guy. Hurricane Game should be in the top 5. When it comes to lyrics and rapping, he came out with the documentary Doctor's Advocate. He has the Red album, documentary 2.5. The dude he's another guy who's criminally underrated. He's hated almost for what he's done away from rap. Some of the clown stuff that he's done with women, messing up relationships. When it comes to he carried the West on his back by himself in G Unit. Then he was able to dismantle G Unit with the disses and 300 bars and stuff like that. Game will be my number 5. And it's crazy because he came in at number 11 on his list with Eazy-E at number 9, Be Real at 8, Ice-T at 7. He like, hey, respect to the OG Ice-T, he shouldn't be in front of me. And I'm with you, Game. Yeah. I believe that you should have been in the top 5. But speaking of Game, He said, "Yo, I'm gonna make my own list." So he did his top 100 rappers, and he had Tupac one, Snoop Dogg two, Ice Cube three, Kendrick four, him at five, Corrupt at six, DJ Quick at seven, Dre at eight, Easy E at nine, and Exhibit at 10. He put Nipsey at 11. But yeah, I think I put some respect on Game's name. And LA got talent, bro. LA got mad
LA
talent.
has
I got
talent.
time.
LA is criminally, you know what I'm saying, disrespected when it comes to the hip hop
Especially by
community.
the East Coast.
I think everybody, like, did Dom Kennedy make the list?
Did Dom Kennedy make the list? Nah, I don't
Like,
see Dom on the list.
that's what I
Sold
want
at
to get to.
43 is crazy.
Like, this is what I want to get to. LA is more than just gangster rappers. There's a ton of backpackers. There's a ton of conscious MCs out here. I think far too often, and you already know the critique that I have with like hip hop music and what's pushed, right? But
Yeah. Oh,
to
Dom
not
is at
have
19. My fault. Dom is at 19.
to not have Defari, like, you cannot mention LA MCs and not mention the Liquid Crew, Tash, Defari. I think King Crooked made it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got to.
When I saw Blueface on the list and I didn't see D Smoke,
that's crazy. Yeah.
get out of here, bro. Like, you can't tell me that D Smoke, and I'm not saying that because that's the homie. Like, D Smoke is a better rapper. He's had far more impact on hip hop than Blueface.
Yeah.
You know, I put butt down.
Tatiana, Tatiana.
Then you got Dilated Peoples, you know what I'm saying? Rakai and Iriscience. You got People Under the Stairs, you got Freestyle Fellowship, you got J5, you got the Alcoholics, like I mentioned. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a ton of people that somehow didn't make the list. And you know, I think I don't know if you were around for like the Wake Up Show with Sway and Tech.
No, I was young.
Okay.
I was young.
Like, Tech, he can make a top 50 LA like artist list that's going to encompass everything that I think would be a respectable list.
Ben with the disrespect. He said LA rap died after, just like a person from San Diego. Ain't that where you're from?
He from San Francisco.
He's from the Bay.
He's from Marin County. He's not even from the real. He's not even from the real. No, he's from Palo Alto. He's from Stanford.
LA
like, get out of here, bro. You're not even from East Palo Alto.
Since, it's been a lot of great albums from LA. It's so many great artists, man. It's so many great artists.
I'm gonna be honest, we might need Elam to cook together a top 50 himself. I think we get the people might need to see it.
Me and Elam we might have to sit down.
You might got to cook up a top 50.
We might have to do a special edition, the Misfits show, and sit down and come up with our top 50 LA rappers to combat Game and Complex. But yeah, like,
hold on. Why just stop at 50? Why just stop at 50? And rappers, why don't we do a show on the top 50 things that makes LA great?
That can be a whole nother show. Like, that can be a whole nother episode. But we focus on these bars, man. And I was looking through the list. I'm like, I see my name nowhere to be found. I should be up there,
Listen. No hype, no cap. I'm not gassing. Mykell, I remember we were driving to Vegas and I was knocked out, and I just hear somebody rapping, and I'm like, who is that?
Is coming.
Damn, I got.
I'm like, who is that? He's like, oh, that's me.
I haven't even heard this.
Mykell was like, oh, that's me. And I sat up and I said, all right, go. Let me see off the top. And Mykell spit no lie for 30 minutes off the top of the dome. And it was bar after bar after bar. I'm like, okay, Kels, listen, I've been trying to peer pressure him to make a mixtape.
Hey.
It's not working. I think I might have to beat him up in order and drag him into the studio to get him to spit.
That Misfits mixtape is coming. If you're a producer, send some heat. Yeah, holla at us. We're gonna put together a tape. It's gonna be fire. We're gonna get Jude on there. He might do an interlude or something. So be ready for it. But
Spit
So
some
let us know
vocals.
what you guys feel about that list. But before we get out of here, we got 3 minutes remaining. Um, we see what Rakia is going through, and a lot of people go through on this world. I know my guy John Brinkus, the founder and host of ESPN Sports Science. I used to love that. He's passed away after a battle with depression. Rest in peace to my pops, man. He dealt with depression and anxiety, and it is a monster, and it's a tough thing to deal with. And I think that, man, we have to be brave enough to get out there and go to a therapist and open up to your partner and open up to people you trust,
Mhm.
because you don't want to hold on. Not everybody that you trust, but people that that you could talk to,
Yeah.
because some people are they're like a pipe, and so much pressure and they burst, and then now you can't get yourself together. But just the importance of mental health for men, I just wanted to chime in on it before we get out of here.
Hey, you know what? I'm a staunch believer that uh there are two groups of people that society is always gonna give a listening ear to, and that's women and kids, right? And as somebody who has PTSD and bipolar disorder, I know I'm not the easiest person to get along with, but even more importantly, I'm not the easiest person to like talk about what it is I'm feeling and how I feel. My experience has been my homeboys, right? My bros are the guys that's gonna roast me for whatever it is I'm going through. Like, I'm gonna get roasted for it, but they really gonna listen. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be no judgment. It's not gonna be, I'm gonna utilize this later on and weaponize it and throw it in your face. It's all right, how do we deal with this and navigate? I'm telling you right now, if you are listening and you have access to social media, send me a DM. I am a staunch believer in supporting people. I don't gotta know you. I'm not the type of person I became a journalist for a reason. I keep stuff to myself extremely well. You can always reach out to me, and I genuinely mean it. I don't care what it is you're going through, where you are on this planet. If you need somebody to talk to and you feel alone, reach out to me, and I guarantee you I will be there.
And I'll piggyback off that. It's a hard thing to do because I think like you both mentioned, but talking, that's just the most important thing. I think as males, we're so, it's hard for us to be vulnerable, and it's looked down upon, but it's an important, and I think especially now where social media has such a grip on not just adult guys, but also teenagers coming up and trying to figure out life, and just being vulnerable. Some people might call you a crybaby or whatever, but they don't really know what's going on in your own head. So I whatever you're going through, I have to say, and as someone that's been through own experiences, the best thing you could do is just talk. And it's like whoever you trust, whoever's in your circle, just talking, because or even writing it down, journaling. Like, that's another way to do it. It doesn't have to be to someone that's you're just talking to. Just writing it down. Like, if you keep it in your head, it's only doing you more harm. You might think it's not,
Yeah.
but it's doing you more harm. So and rest in peace, because sports science was a classic. And
Yeah,
so
really
it's
dope,
a shame.
man. And didn't know he was going through this, man. I know it's a tough battle just to
Yeah.
experience it, firsthand with my pops. And sometimes you just need somebody to, give you a hug and tell them, let them know that you love them. And that's why I'm a big fan on reaching out to people, even if it's just to say, yo,
Mhm.
what's up, tapping in, let you know that I got love for you, because you never know who's going through what. And it's such a serious thing. We're in a day and time that is so much easier to go out and get the help that you need when it comes to mental health, and you can't be
Mhm.
afraid of it. I know, coming from, Elam, coming from the black community, our generation is a little different, but the generation before us is like, oh man, I'm a man, I'm good, which is not a good thing. Everybody need help, no matter if you're worth $1 or you're worth $20 billion. Everybody has things going on, and you may need help at some point in time. Don't be afraid to talk to a therapist and get yourself some help, because just as much as the physical health is important with your body, your mental health is right there with it. You need both of them to go well for you to live great, live happy, and enjoy your life, man. So RIP to our guy John Brinkus, and much love to all of you that tapped in with us today to give us your time. Reach out to us, hit us up in the DMs, the Misfits, live on
Hey, Jude, where can they
Instagram.
find you?
Yeah,
You can find me
what's up, Jude?
at Judo Kanyas on Twitter and also Instagram. And I'm a regular here now. Got Monday and Thursday. I'm going live with the Reynolds Sports Report, and we're gonna be talking European. We're gonna be talking European soccer tomorrow because we got a lot to talk about when it comes to what's happening in Europe. So
and where can they find your work?
Oh, you can find it in lots of places. We got it on the Sporting Tribune and then also Annenberg Media. Those two places I have covered USC football. I've done the Los Angeles Sparks. I'm all around Los Angeles. I'm a born and raised Angelino, so I only rep my city on my back.
Hey, when I tell you guys that these are the next faces of LA media, which means that it means a lot because LA is the number 2 market in the country and the greatest city in the world. Y'all need to be tapped in because we are next. Hell, we're right now too.
We're now
here with the Misfits.
We're gonna make it the number 1 market. We'll make it the number 1.
Hey, number 1 market. San Francisco, we don't want to hear about that, man. Let it go. But yeah, man, we thank you guys for tapping in with us. We appreciate you. Come back, join us through the week. A lot of dope shows here with the Misfits, my guy Jude, myself, Elam, and much more. But if you love us, come back to us. We're gonna be here next Sunday with some more heat. Gonna be talking about NBA Finals. Maybe come up with that list of our 50 best LA rappers and so much more. Elam, you got the final words. Get us out of here.
Hey, go on, like, subscribe, follow. Go on and leave some comments below. You see us throughout the course of the week. Please engage. We will, engage back. But we are the Misfits, where we encourage you not to fit in, but find a way to stand out. I'm your guy, Elam. For Mykell the PG. For my guy Jude, we're out. We'll see you next week. Peace.